he gonna judge you, right? If you don't do what he say, right? So read Deuteronomy 10 and 12 real quick. He said he gonna judge you. What are some of the right things? Real quick, I know you better say something. Real quick, what are some right things that you're supposed to do? What are some right things you're supposed to do?
I'm supposed to.
You said you said right. You said you came last week, right? What are some right things? Have you started keeping some of the commandments?
Yeah.
Some of the right things.
Because I give to the needy. I do that.
No, but listen, the Bible don't say that.
No, you don't. He say, y'all was saying don't cook on the Sabbath.
That's what the Bible says.
Yeah.
So have you started doing that, keeping the Sabbath?
Man, no.
Hey.
I can't do it. I got to eat.
Read that.
But I ain't cook.
No,
I don't. I ain't cook.
But you can't. You can't. But listen. You can't. On the Sabbath, no buying and selling. I know they went over it with you, right?
So I messed up.
You messed up. You know why you messed up?
Because I ain't following instructions.
That's true, but you also by yourself, right? You can't do it by yourself.
Sure live, because I sure live by myself.
By yourself, right? So remember they gave you a flyer, right? Yeah. That was an invitation to not be by yourself, right? You understand that? Give me Ecclesiastes 4:9 real quick. Listen. We are your encouragement. We are your help. The Lord said
when you ain't around.
You know why? You know why? Because you haven't been built up yet. You haven't been taught over again. That means you got to start from scratch. Meaning, you got to start with one law at a time.
I got to crawl.
Right. But listen to this. Read.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4 and verse 9. Two are better than one.
He said two are better than one, right? Read.
Because they have a good reward.
So the reward is, if I fall, you can pick me back up, right? And get me back on track.
I can get encouraged.
Right. Read.
For their labor.
Read.
For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
So guess what? Let's say if you was keeping the Sabbath, right? And you was hungry. And you feeling, you like, hey man, I'm finna run to the store real quick. He be like, hey, today the Sabbath, bro.
I got it.
You can't buy a sale. He was like, but I do got some food for you at the house. I got you, bro. That's the encouragement. That's what you're supposed to learn. Right. You're supposed to apply what you learned last week. Read.
Well, like I was saying.
Hold on, let me finish. Hold on, let me finish. I got you. Hold on to the thought. Read.
But woe to him that is alone when he falls.
Hey, when they say woe, that means destruction to him when he's alone. Right now, brother, you are alone. Right. You got to come back and gather together. You understand that? Zephaniah 2 and 1. You got to come and gather together. Because guess what?
I know who is who?
Who is who? What you mean?
Who is good and who is not good?
Who is good?
Who is good for me? Who gonna give me the right path? Who are gonna send me away? You know, send me in the street.
That's a good question. That's a great question.
I mean, it's hard to, because the way the world is now, I can't trust no man like that.
4 and 11. I'm gonna show you. This is what the Bible says. How do you know who's gonna lead you the right way? That's what you're asking, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Because you got a lot of churches, you have Baptists,
people itself.
People in general, right?
That's for sure.
Okay, let me show you something.
Because it's hard.
It's hard. It is hard.
I could talk to you one day, the next day you cut my throat.
But listen to this. I'm gonna show you. Read.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracle of God.
So if you say if any man want to talk about the Bible, want to lead you, guess what they got to do? They got to be pulling the scriptures out of the Bible. Right? Now go to Sirach 12, Sirach 37 and 12. I'm going to show you how you know the person that you should follow, right? The person that you should be led by, right?
Not led, but I could be a good help. A good mentor for
mentor to you. Okay. Hey, that's good too. I like how you phrase it. Read it. I'm gonna show you this. It's not straight out. Hey, this said, read it straight out of the scripture. 1 Peter 4:11. I'm finna read it.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 37, verse 12. But be continually with a godly man.
You hear that? He said, be continually with a godly man. That means week to week you with that man.
I know one.
Let me show you. Keep reading. This how you know a God. Listen. This how you know a godly man when you see one. Read.
But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Hold on. What's a godly man?
Yes, God should not be.
Read it again.
But be continually with a godly man,
come on,
whom thou knowest to keep the commandments.
Hold on. You said what's a godly man?
Keep that commandment.
Somebody that's keeping God's law.
Right.
So guess what? If this man is keeping God's law, that's somebody that follow.
I know.
Right. That's who you need to follow.
I'm coming. I do. They're on my job site. I mean, I know. But they don't live with me. They don't live around this way.
Listen, give me Malachi 3 and 3 and 6, right?
In my path, in my path where I go, I don't sin.
You don't sin?
I don't see them.
You don't see them? But guess what?
But I mean, they might be there, but I don't run into them.
That's all right. You know what we got today?
I got to go to church.
I got you. You know what we got today? We got cell phones. We got the internet. That's how you be continually. He make it easy for you. Right? Read this.
The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 16.
This is how you continually with a godly man that keeps the commandments. Read.
Then they that fear the Lord,
if you fear God, read,
spake often one to another.
You'll speak often. You'll be continually with that godly man because you through that conversation. Now you getting an understanding of what should you be doing in order to get the kingdom of heaven. How do you get the kingdom of heaven?
I mean, I'm saying just keep the love, keep that thought at all times. I mean, I'm riding and thinking of something different. I mean, just thinking of God himself, you know what I mean? God help me make it through this life. This type of make me make it home. I mean, sometimes that you forget that, you know, to appreciate God, thank you for this day that I made today. You know what I mean?
But listen, if you call your brother, you won't have no mission. Read this.
The book of John.
You said you finna go to church, right?
No, I was just saying I don't communicate on the phone like that.
What about?
I don't know why. But like if I'm at work, me and him can talk like that. But I ain't got no friends like that no more.
You know why?
They gone.
Listen, the Bible commands us to gather together,
right?
Not to be separate.
Well, that's
see. Look, this marriage. Listen to this.
That's a good thing, cause I'm telling you, I don't associate with people too much no more.
But listen, you heard the scriptures, be continually with a godly man, right?
Yeah, what you just said.
But that's what the Bible just said. But he said the ones that continually with a godly man spake often one to another. This man from close to Chatham. This man, I'm from Montgomery. This man from Mobile.
This man for like sitting there. That's
what I'm saying.
I can trust. I mean, but I mean,
read that.
The book of John, chapter 14.
Listen to this. Verse
What's your name, 15.
Bro? What's your name?
David.
David, I'm Nathaniel. You got a biblical name, David. It's time to stop playing and keep God's laws before something worse happens to you. Read this. Hold on. Listen to this.
Something going to happen.
Listen to what Christ says.
I don't like.
Listen to what Christ says first. Listen to what Christ says.
The book of John, chapter 14, verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
You heard what Christ said? If you love me, keep my commandments. Read.
And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter.
He said he gonna pray to the Father. Then you'll get that comfort.
Another friend.
The Father.
Yeah,
the Most High God
to talk to.
Right, you can ask for that too, but give me Joshua 1 and 8. This is gonna sum it up for you. Joshua 1 and 8. This is why we go through all this stuff, why we ain't got no success, why we ain't got no friends, we ain't got no family, why we got high diseases, why our women keep aborting the babies, Why we keep getting gunned down?
I got my little family now. I talk to them, but there ain't too many more I'm gonna talk to.
But read this, listen to this. We got to start keeping God's laws. You was here last week. You got to make haste to keep God's laws.
Right.
Read this.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8.
Call the soldiers now. Read.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
So God said, you need to meditate on these laws. Read.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
So your mind needs to be on this. How do I keep this law? How do I keep the Sabbath? How do I keep the new moon? How do I not steal, kill? How do I not keep adultery?
How can I get somebody that I can talk to that's on the same page of God? I don't know.
I got your answer. Read that.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
So you got to observe to do all that is recorded, to do everything that's written in this Bible. Read on.
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous.
You heard that? Read it again.
Then thou shalt make thy way prosperous. And then thou shalt have good success.
Then you'll have good success.
Right.
Health, family, everything covered.
I'm talking about
Zephaniah 2:1. I got you.
I'm talking about God, true enough.
I got your question. I got your question. Let me answer.
That's a good friend of mine. But I mean, I'm talking about in this world that I'm walking in.
Let me answer your question real quick. And then I'm going to, that comment you just said, you said God is a friend of yours, right? Okay, read.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourself together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desire.
You hear what the Bible said? We're supposed to gather together. Because guess what? We are a nation that went through slavery on slave ships. Right. We are a nation that was sold from the U.S. to Russia, to China, to South America, to Alaska, to Hawaii. We was that nation that wasn't desired, right? Right. Yeah. So guess what? What the Bible said? Read it again. Read it again.
Gather yourself together.
Come on.
Yea, gather together.
Read it again.
Gather yourself together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desire.
So guess what? On the Sabbath, guess what? You're supposed to gather together. Right. You understand that? What's your question? What's the question?
But if a mug keep sending you through turmoil like this, saying, he doing this, he doing that, I mean, how can I respect him? I say, man, you lie on me. I'm tired of this shit. Oh, God forgive me.
No, you straight, bro.
I just say, I don't like you. I mean, but I just should.
Read that. Listen to this. I got you.
You got some lying people.
Guess what you're supposed to do?
Lie on you.
Guess what? As a man of God, guess what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to follow these scriptures, what the scriptures say. Right. Read this. We said that. The Bible said that earlier, but I got your answer. Hold on. One second. One second. I got you. Read that.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend.
So you want to get a friend, right? You hear that? Read it again.
If thou wouldest get a friend.
You hear the Bible? Read it again.
If thou wouldest get a friend.
If you want to get a friend, Brother David, read.
Prove him first.
You got to prove him first. Right. David. Read on.
That's what I'm getting
at. And be not hasty.
Hold on, Dave. Listen to the Bible. Read again.
And be not hasty to credit him.
Read.
Hold
on, listen to it.
I showed credit.
Listen. You got to listen.
You're a dirty.
Listen, Dave. It's giving you the blueprint on how to get a friend. First, you got to be keeping God's laws. Because he said, be continually with a godly man. Right. And this is how you be continually with a godly man. I'm going to read it again for you. Slow down.
I kind of, it coming.
I got you. Slow down. We're going to take it slow. Read it from 7.
Get the friend.
The book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first. And be not hasty to credit him.
Don't be hasty to credit him because he did something for you, or he might talk nice, or he might be cool. Don't be credit. Don't give him credit yet. He ain't did that. He ain't proved himself. Read on. Hold on. Read on.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
So somebody might want to be your friend just for himself.
We got the wrong understanding.
But guess what? I'm giving you the right understanding right now. So listen to the Bible. Read.
and will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
So some men want to be your friend just for their gain. Right. They won't be there when you go through trouble, right? Read on.
And there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach.
So it's a friend that becomes your enemy. Read on.
Again, some friend is a companion at the table.
You got some friends, hey, when y'all chilling, y'all eating, watching the game or whatever, he your friend, right? Read on.
And will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
So when you doing good, y'all chilling, but when you going through stuff, your mama might have died, your cousin might have got ran over, or you might have got shot. Guess what? Nowhere to be found, right? Yeah. Read on.
But in thy prosperity.
In your prosperity, when you're doing good, you up, you making that money. I see you work at Austin, right? Read on.
He will be as thyself and will be bold over thy servant.
So he gonna act like, hey, he got money, I got money. So go back to jump to verse 7 again.
Yes,
so, Brother David, the point is you gotta come back to God's laws. That's a law in the Bible that we gotta start keeping.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.